Hello everyone. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. I am still hot here in Sherman, Texas. I took the puppy dog out a minute ago to let her run around a minute before I did the live to get her sleepy so that she wouldn't be in here bugging me. And it was hot, so she was wiped out already and hot and ready to take a nap, so maybe I can get some painting done. My name is Pam Savage, and I am owner of Young at Heart Creations. I love to paint and do other crafts too, but I do love to paint, and I love to teach others to paint. What I'm working on right now, just trying to get all of my things base coated that I need to base coat in white. I don't base coat everything, just depends on the colors that I'm going to be using on them and the wood. These will more than likely be sunflowers and will have yellow on them, so yellow to me always needs a base coat. And they've got a little bit of sawdust on them, so I'm going to wipe them down with a baby wipe. But I thought I would share something with you, and I'll put some pictures up later of my Bible class room. I know a lot of you on here do teach Bible class. I typically teach the 2- and 3-year-olds. I have done the cradle roll, and I've done all the way up to first and second grade for the whole quarter, but I've also taught teenage girls classes, and so I really like teaching. But what I do for the 2-year-olds, because if you have a 2-year-old grandchild, hi Jean, if you have a 2-year-old grandchild, or if you teach Bible classes or school or anything, you know that it's hard to keep a 2-year-old attention span. So when we go into the I have a lot of little songs and things that we do, and we do our memory work and our books of the New Testament for the 2-year-olds. By the time they leave my classroom for the quarter, at the end of the quarter, they can sing the books of the New Testament, and they can even say some of them. And then when they move up to the next level, the 4 and 5s, they start learning the books of the Old Testament. By the time they finish their 5-year-old quarter and move to the next, they can say most of them can say them, but usually sing them, the books of the Old Testament and the New Testament. So we don't play around with our Bible stuff. Even at 2 years old, they can learn so much. But when, because 2-year-olds just can't sit still for a whole hour. A lot of times, they're restless and sleepy. They had to get up early. So I usually move my Bible story time over into the corner of the classroom, and I let them sit on the floor. Well, they were always, well, that's my spot. This is my spot. I want to sit there, So I thought, okay, I need to get them something that they can sit on that, is soft, but is color-coded. So, okay, you go pick out yours, and that's yours. And that you can't sit on anybody else's, and that's your spot. So, here's a little tip. This is what I use, and this is what I came up with. Just from Walmart. You can get them Dollar Tree or anywhere. I leave the cardboard in them so they're good and stiff, but I just use the commode lids, all different colors, and so they know what their color is. I've got the blue, purple, I mean, you can get them in any colors, but they love these. They know when we're done, when we're finished and we go back to the table, they're responsible for putting their carpet piece, their seat back on the shelf, and they just love being a helper. We sing this song, a helper I will be, a helper I will be, and so they clean up theirs, and each week, now you're going to have one that, they always want the purple, or they always want the gray. It's a great opportunity to teach them that, okay, well, you had purple last week, and you got to choose first, so let's let Tommy, or whatever, choose first this week. So I try to have some boy and girl colors in there. But it's soft, it's good for them to sit their little tushies on, and it's their spot, their space, and they love it. So, very inexpensive way to do that. Even in a school classroom, you could take, if you use them a lot, I only use them 2 times a week, but if you use them a lot, you could wash them, just keep the cardboard to put them back on. So, I thought maybe that would be help, not paint related, but a tip. So I am getting all of my things base coated, and these I did not design or cut. I ordered them from a different place, and they come very nicely sanded, but sometimes down in these crevices, you could tell they just couldn't get their sander down in there. So sometimes there's a spot that needs to be sanded that you can't get your sander down into. So I use an emery board, and that way it doesn't mess my fingers up, and it gets down in those crevices. But I noticed a couple of places on this one, and it's, you know, it's just sandpaper, but it makes it so nice to be able to get down in those crevices. There's one more. And done. And I think you get like a package of 24 of these at Dollar Tree for $1, or maybe there's just 12 of them. I don't remember, but I use them a lot. You use them over and over again. Okay. And at the painters event, and thank you, we had 3 more pay yesterday, sign up and pay yesterday, so that's 3 more that's coming. I do need to go over something right quick with you on the sign up, because there was confusion on it, which was keeping some from signing up, and I don't blame them if they understood it this way. And what we're talking about is I know it's backwards, the painters event that I'm having on August the 28th. And it's going to be a fun day of painting. We'll do a Christmas, a fall project, something in between. We'll have door prizes. The grand door prize is a Cricut machine. So for every person that you get to register and you refer them, make sure, and I'll be saying this until time to quit saying this, but make sure you have them on the registration form. There's a spot that says I was referred by. Make sure they put your name, because every time you get somebody to come and they put your name on that referral on their registration form, that's an extra ticket you get put into the Cricut drawing. So if you bring 10 or 15 people, and you'll get 10 or 15 tickets put in there. So your chances just grow and grow with each ticket that you have put in there. And it's not a big event as far as numbers. You know, so real good chance that you could win. I was handing these out yesterday at Hobby Lobby, and in the parking lot. I even saw some women having some fun and talking and visiting, so I went and handed them one, and had all these printed up. I proofed it, somebody else proofed it, and I had somebody yesterday, a lady that I was talking to, she said, well, I don't see your name on here anywhere. I've got my business name and my picture and my contact number. Nowhere on these do I have my name. So I went through on all of them. I still got a few more to do, and just since I'd already had them all printed, I just wrote my name in there by my phone number. But, you know, just got busy and we just overlooked that. So I'm glad she pointed it out to me on that. But what I want you to understand is that those of you that have already paid, and if you are planning on coming and you haven't registered yet because you're like, okay, it says no refund. Once you pay, that's it, no refund. Okay, that no refund policy is if you cancel for some reason. You've signed up, you've paid, and you have to back out, because I have to pay for everything up front. So if I paid for everything up front, and then I had several that backed out, you know, I can't pay for everything out of pocket because I am doing a lot of door prizes, the food, you know, everything. Just your meal and to rent the place is several $1,000s. So you've got 2 meals, but I want you to understand that if I have to cancel the event for any reason, if we don't get enough people, you know, I still like 20 people to sign up to make this event happen. So if that should not happen, and I think it will, but if we don't get enough people, if for COVID or whatever reason, you know, if I have to cancel the event, you get a full refund on your money. That money you are sending to me right now is going in a separate pot that is not being touched. You know, so that if I have to cancel for any reason, which I hope we do not, no more COVID, please, no more COVID. But for any reason, if I cancel on my end, you get your money back. If you cancel on your end, I don't do refunds on that. So please understand, you know, if I looked at that way and thought, okay, well, what if they end up not having the event? So I've just dropped $135 that I'm never going to see again. No. you will get your money back if I have to cancel for any reason, or if the place should go out of business and say, sorry, you know, if it's anything like that on my end, you will be refunded. So that money that you're sending me, I'm holding on to, it's going into a separate spot, and it won't be used until everything is final. So I do still need 20 to 25 people to sign up. We've got several that have, and I'm so excited that they're coming. Can't wait to meet you and just have such a fun day. I think it would be a great mother-daughter day out. I know it says 18 on there, but if you have a 16-year-old daughter, I just don't want children, because I don't think it's fair to the ladies that have spent so much money to come and get instructed. And you know, if you're having to tend to small children, or if I'm having to say, shh, children, you know, I do have children's classes too, but this is not a children's event. So, but if you have somebody that's 16, you know, or so, that you want to come and you know they're not going to be rowdy and like that, yes, please contact me and let me know, and we'll make special arrangements. But mother-daughter, mother-daughter-in-law, your co-workers. I mean, I was thinking about a Teacher's Day out, right? That'll be August the 28th. I know for some, school may have already started, but maybe not. But even just to kind of before the year really gets into it, a good teacher's outing. I think that would be so much fun. Okay, so enough said about that. You know you can private message me. You can call me. My phone number's everywhere. So if you have specific questions, please let me know. Y'all know I'm easygoing. I'm easy to talk to. So just give me a call and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so what I'm doing today, I'm just doing some batch painting, just several at a time. I'm just trying to get my base coating done on things that I know are going to have to be base coated, so that when I get ready to sit down and paint them, they're ready to go. So I choose a day and I do all my base coating, and that makes it so much easier. I do a day that I have all my cutting. So right now it's so hot I haven't been out there cutting, but I've got all your stuff drawn off for the show or for the event. Okay, I'm just going to point you down and we can kind of chat as we go. I've got my grandson. I can't be on here too long. I'm going to be keeping Logan today, and then they're all going to come over for supper. And I use to base coat. I get these at Walmart. Now, I just ordered a huge box from Amazon for the painters event. You will everybody that comes will each get one of these in your goodie bag, plus a lot of other things in your goodie bag, but you'll get one of these. Let's see, it's Plaid. It's the Plaid brand, and this is a 1.5 inch. I love it. The bristles hold up so good. And since it's just a base coat, I mean, it doesn't have to completely cover. It's just giving it just a coat to kind of seal it and get those grains raised already, and so we can smooth those down. So I'm not putting a real thick coat on there. And I even sometimes get my bristles just a little bit wet to make it smooth across there better. And notice them feathering out away from the edge and not making big blobs on there. I'm wanting to paint, I think we're going to do these in one of the Tuesday lives. I'm not sure which one yet, but I'd like to do a pink and purple one for like little girls' room. Most of them will be done as sunflowers, because sunflower is a hot seller. But I do like to, you know, I did the pink and brown one, and that it was up with this flower. So you don't have to do them all sunflower, but it would make a pretty daisy pattern too. Now on my website, I do have templates for my flower, my sunflower that I did. It just doesn't have as many points to it, as many petals. Okay, now I'll have to go around and pat the edges on it, but I'm going to go ahead and let that one dry and go to my next one. And that's what batch painting is. It's kind of an assembly line, but when you get done, you've got them all done. All right, that baby wipe kind of stuck on there, and that looks like the bad side anyway. Yes, it is. Now, if you've got a stubborn piece of wood that's got sawdust on it that just will not come off, you can take a piece of painter's tape and pull it out and stick it on there like you were getting lint off of your clothes. You can do it that way too. This one really had some, looks like baby white. I don't think I even did this one, so I'm not sure what that is, but as you can see, I'm not taking huge efforts. I'm just getting it on there. But it's so nice when you get ready to sit down, especially if you're going to be batch painting several sunflowers or whatever. It's so nice to, okay, today I've got a minute, I'm going to paint sunflowers. And it's so nice to come in here and not have to spend, because if you're limited on time, sometimes I've only got a couple of hours to paint. And base coating does take up some time. So it's so nice to come in here and just already have them base coated, pick it up, and go to painting. And with this brush, it does not take long. It's kind of hard to find them at Walmart right now. I don't know if everybody's buying them or if they're just having trouble getting them. Getting their supplies. Okay, so we've got number 2 done. Now, when I'm doing a lot of them, I will typically take them down to my dining room table because it's such much larger space, and I will get several. I'll probably do like 10 at a time. So let's pick out our best side. And I think it's going to be this one. This guy's really good for ordering blanks from. He is, I don't know his name, but the name of his business is Wood Cuts, C-U-T-Z. And he's from Bear Creek, Alabama. So if you just Google Wood Cuts, Bear Creek, Alabama, he'll come up. And I haven't looked at his prices since COVID, so I don't know if he had to go up on them because, you know, the prices of wood, but I did hear the prices of wood is going back down. But I have never gotten anything that I was not pleased with him. And his prices are really good. And usually before COVID, I don't know about COVID, but he would have the pieces to me usually within a week, sometimes a couple of weeks, depending on how many I would order. But they always come back nicely sanded. He puts them between 2 big pieces of wood, which I use to cut something else out. So I feel like I get freebie, kind of, by that. But I have been super, super pleased with their product. Now, most of my things I cut out myself. But sometimes if I'm in a hurry or I've got a party coming up that I wasn't planning on, and I need it pretty quick and don't have time, or it's too hot to get out there and cut, I will order things, you know, online. I've got several of Tamara Bennett's blanks that I've ordered because sometimes I just can't get out there and paint. I did have somebody yesterday, after I announced the refer a friend, and you get an extra ticket in the drawing for the Cricut. It was not an hour, I guess. I had someone refer somebody. They got them to sign up. I got that form. It came to me, and that referral box was filled out. So we noted that. So that means that she will get the person that referred that friend. She now will have 2 tickets in the Cricut drawing. Plus, you'll get your ticket in the just regular daily drawing. I mean, we'll have other things that we'll be drawing for too. So, but we're going to keep the Cricut as a separate drawing. So, if you just put in if you put in for the Cricut drawing, that doesn't mean you're not going to have a chance to win something else. You'll get 1 ticket in that just general bucket. Okay, so while those two are drying, now my first one has had time to dry, so I can hold it like this if I need to and not mess it up. But before we do that, I am going to get some, let's see, what did I do with that? I'm going to grab a piece of paper to smooth it out with. Typically I use the wax paper, but I also use, this is just a Brom sack that I cut up, but you don't want to use the side with ink on it because the ink will come up on your piece. You just want to use that side. Hi, Peggy. When I have a lot to base coat, I use a 4-inch roller. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Hi, Teresa. Okay, we've got Peggy and Teresa, and I'm kind of liking this popping on during the daytime too, because I'm not rushed thinking, oh, I got to get my husband's supper ready, and so this is kind of nice. I do have my grandson's on his way, so that I can keep him for the day, and then we've got a big family thing planned. Or, well, not big family. We're just all having supper together. Our kiddos and we like to get together. We try at least once a week. Not always possible with everybody's schedule, but my youngest son and his wife, they will be celebrating their 3rd year anniversary. Still newlyweds, we consider them, but they just bought their first home and they're trying to get it all painted before they move into it in a couple of weeks. So tomorrow I will be spending the whole day over there, tomorrow and Saturday, trying to help them paint some rooms. This is their first time they've ever painted rooms, and so they've been watching a lot of YouTube. All of y'all that are my age, we didn't have YouTube or internet or even computers to help us. We just had to go for it and figure it out. Okay, so what I'm doing now, good morning, Teresa. What I'm doing right now is smoothing it out, because when you put that first base coat on there, you know it gets kind of rough, pulls that wood grain up. Put my brush in there so it doesn't dry with paint. So again, don't use the ink side. I try to go with the grain of the wood. Oh, all the difference in the world. This one over here is really rough that I just painted. I can already feel the wood grain coming up on it. Very rough. This one is very smooth. And that just makes it easier when you're shading. And, it just makes your paint go on better. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side. When yesterday when I had to go to Hobby Lobby and I was handing these flyers out, I told you I forgot to put my name on them, but phone number and everything else is on there, but I didn't want to put them on windshields of the cars. Some places have ordinances about that, and I didn't want to set any car alarms off, but when I used to coordinate the craft show here for our community, I would do that. I would put flyers on hundreds of cars and hand them out at craft shows, and but anyway, this is my personal event, so it wasn't a community event. So I was trying to be a little more careful, but these ladies were standing in the parking lot and they were laughing and talking. You could tell they had met each other there at Hobby Lobby, and I thought, okay, when you go to Walmart or wherever in a parking lot and somebody's always approaching you, trying to sell you something or asking for money, and I thought, okay, do I approach them and hand them? I'm thinking, but most ladies, it's a craft thing. It's a craft event. It's a painting event. It's not. Anyway, so I finally got brave enough, and I went over and I approached them and I said, ladies, I said I would never be one of those parking lot ladies or parking lot people that approaches people and tries to sell them something, but you guys look like you would have so much fun at this. I asked, I said, can I give you a flyer about this upcoming event? And I told them where it was going to be, and they were like, yeah, and then they were laughing at me. So, okay, you're officially now one of those parking lot people, but I don't care. I wanted them to know about it, and, I'll do whatever it takes to get everybody together. Hi, Julie. Thank you for hopping on. And Carol, Carol will be coming, and I don't have my list in front of me, but Judy Logston is now coming. let me think. Vicky Stowe. We've got so many I can't remember them, but I do still need 20 to 25 people. So please keep spreading that word and passing along the information about the event. Those of you that just hopped on, please understand, because there was a misunderstanding on this and some people weren't signing up because of it. They thought, because of the way it was worded, that if they paid their $135, regardless, that money was gone. They would never get it back. If I canceled the event, because it said no refunds. That no refund is if you cancel. If you back out, you don't get a refund. If I have to cancel it for any reason, you will get a full refund on that. So please don't let that hold you back, from signing up. Okay, so the other two are still not quite dry yet, but this one here is completely dry. So I'm just going to do the edges of it. Now, if you have a laser cut one, these are not laser cut, but if you have a laser cut one, then you'll probably have to go over it a little bit if you get some on the edges, but you don't have to seal the edges with that laser cut. Now remember, I just pat it on. I don't rub it on. That way it keeps it from getting all over the back of your piece. Now you'll have to spread it out a little bit. I gave Mila, the grand dog, this morning. I gave her a bath. She loves coming out here because we live out in the country and there's always, especially if it rains, there's always puddles that she can get into, but there's just all kinds of things that she can get into out here. She loves exploring. And so it was time for her to have a bath, especially with Logan coming, because they are best buds and they play and play, and so I wanted her clean for when he comes. Now I'm just spreading it out because it makes, even with the padding, it makes a little bit of a ridge on there. So I'm just smoothing it out. And this also helps, when you do your edges, it always also helps to protect it from the elements if you're going to have it outside. Now this one's got a lot of petals on it, so there's a lot of edges to do on it. But when I do batch painting, or especially batch base coating, I can do so many at a time. I just feel like I've really accomplished something when I get done. I do want to congratulate, and I'm sorry I don't know her last name, but it's Brooke, and the name of her business and Facebook page is Refabbed. She was just added to the Forbes list, top 1,000 businesses, and she does all kinds of crafts. I love watching her. She's so much fun to watch. She's crazy sometimes, and I love it. She's just so much fun. You never know what she's going to be doing. Sometimes she just grabs something and, okay, I'm gonna try this. I've never done it, and instead of doing it first before she goes live, nope, she's brave and she just gets on here and she just does it and keeps her fingers crossed that it turns out. And you know what? It turns out every time. She is just one talented lady. And if she ever gives up her painting job, she could be a comedian. I've also had some say that they wanted to come to the event so bad, but they live so far away that just a one day wasn't really feasible for them to do a one day. Now my intention on doing just a one day was so that you didn't have to get a hotel if you lived close enough. I know we have several in southern Oklahoma that live close enough to drive. We've got have one from Denton, Texas that's coming. Have one from Kansas City that's coming. They have family here and they're just going to stay with family and make a family weekend of it. Now, of course, on these edges, we'll go over them with whatever color I do this flower in, but this just gives it a good start, good coverage. Okay, so that one, once it dries, it will be ready to go, ready to paint. And if I'm not live and I'm just doing this, man, I can just whip them out. So once I get done, if I'm gonna like sunflowers, then I can go through and do all the yellow on all of them, and then go through all the center on all of them. So it just makes it really, really fast when you're trying to get ready for a craft show or whatever. A little bit too much out here. Okay, we need to rub these down because the minute I touched it after touching that soft one, I could feel that in there. Brooke Riley, yes, Julie, thank you. Brooke Riley, she is precious, and I didn't know this, but she was saying that she has challenges because she's only 5 foot tall, and I'm going, I'm 5 foot tall, or 5 foot short. I don't know which way you want to say it, but it does present problems sometimes when you're only 5 feet. You can't reach things at the grocery store. I'm constantly asking, oh, sir, could you reach that for me? Or, ma'am, you're so tall, could you reach that for me? And so I'm always doing things like that. Have to put the seat all the way up to the front if you don't have pedals that come to you. Some cars have that, our truck does, but so I'm always having to go all the way up to the steering wheel, and I don't like that because if that airbag comes out, I feel like I'm a goner because I have to sit so close to it. Okay, now that's just smooth as a baby's bottom. The paper actually gets it a little softer, I think, a little smoother than the wax paper. Wax paper works too, you just have to put a little more elbow grease into it. You're 4'11"? Well, then you understand my pain. You know what I'm sitting here right now with a stool underneath. Well, let's see how tall it is. Because in order to reach the table, I have to raise my chair up, and I can barely reach the floor. But this is under my feet right now. My very first car, it didn't matter how close I got. I could not reach. I had to use my tippy toes to reach the gas pedal. So my stepdad took a block of wood and drilled about a 4-inch block of wood onto the gas pedal so that I could reach it. And I drove that car forever with that piece of wood on there. You just find a way to make it work. I think the actual, in Texas, the law for them having to be in a, we are kindred spirits. Yes, we are. My kids are teasing me all the time because in Texas, I believe to be in a car seat or to be out of a car seat, you have to be more than 4 foot. I don't know, but I'm just within like 2 inches of having to be in a car seat if I were a child. So they like to tease me about that all the time. And of course, I have to have a stool in my kitchen because I can't reach anything in the upper cabinets. So they like to get their little short jokes in all the time. But you know what? I tell them, doesn't matter. Dynamite comes in small packages. Okay, so we're just going to pat these edges. I have gotten a lot accomplished this morning, though. I got some laundry done. I got my downstairs clean, the floors swept, and got the kitchen all cleaned up. Working on some business stuff, paperwork, as those registrations come in. I don't like to wait. The minute they come in, I get them filed, and any notes that I have to put on them, like if they got a referral, I get notification. And so as soon as those come in, I take care of them right then. I don't like leaving them lingered. I don't want any mistakes as to, oh, I don't have a registration form for you. So the minute they come in, I take care of them, and I have a notebook that they're filed in. And I hug it. I hug the registration form. I'm going, Thank you, thank you. I can't wait to meet you. My husband thinks I'm crazy. But it's exciting to know that we're going to all get together and paint and meet each other. So I would appreciate prayers, fingers crossed, toes crossed, that we get enough people to make it happen. Still need 20 to 25 more. And then we'll call it a done deal for sure. Even if you were to win the grand prize, that Cricut, and you already have a Cricut, what a nice Christmas present that would be for someone. Some crafter in your family. I've never gone live in a store. You know, I went live in Hobby Lobby yesterday. I see ladies doing it all the time in stores, but I don't know why I felt kind of guilty. But I thought, why would I feel guilty? We shouldn't, because we're promoting their store, trying to help them with their business. Now, I could see if you were saying something not nice about the store, but when I'm promoting and trying to sell something on there, show you where it's located or whatever, I would think that they would appreciate that. But I still felt a little, should I be doing this? So I don't know, maybe they have policies for privacy issues or something about going live in the stores, but I made sure I wasn't around anybody. I am not a rule breaker. I am just not. So I feel guilty. I have gotten in my car at Walmart or a store, but typically Walmart, and found something that was just pennies. I mean, just wasn't much. I mean, gum. Package of gum. Oh my goodness, I didn't put this up there, didn't pay for it. I'll unload everything and run back in there and say, I'm so sorry. I don't care how long the line is. This did not get rung up. And they'll go, oh my goodness. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't pay for it. It's not mine until I pay for it. So I'm just that way. These would make cute sunshines too. Or like Bible class or whatever. We have some friends that have a little girl they adopted, and they named her Sunshine, and so this would make a cute sunshine for her room. Okay, and nothing on the back. Don't have anything on the back, so it's working out really well. Well, I take that back. I just did that when I was saying that. Okay. But it sure does cut down on it if you're just patting it on there. Mila thinks she's got to be touching. If she's sleeping, she wants to be touching you. She wants to be right beside me the whole time. But when I'm doing lives, I don't let her in here anymore because she's sniffing into everything, and I have to really watch her about putting things in her mouth. So she's sitting outside the door. I can hear her. She's not whining, but I can hear her nose sniffing under the door. She knows I'm in here. And she's like, excuse me, you do realize you left me out here. Okay, make sure I got all of them. I think that's it on that one. And what I like about the batch painting is you just forget about really what you're doing and you just go for it, and then you just quit thinking about it. You just keep painting. Before you know it, you're like, oh, that's it. That was the last one. I'm done. I do a lot of batch painting at Christmas. Christmas time. We're getting closer to our vacation trip to go to Laurel, Mississippi, to see Ben and Aaron's hometown, from hometown. I love, love, love that show. His furniture line is just gorgeous. Oh, but what I was going to say about Brooke, if she ever decides to stop her, Brooke Riley, to not paint, the lady could for sure be a comedian. I love to watch her paint, not only because she's her craft, she does a little bit of everything, but I love her. You never know what she's gonna say, what she's gonna do. Always clean, always very clean, but she is so funny. She's not trying to be funny. She just has such a good sense of humor, and she'll be trying something, like I said, she's never tried it before. She'll be trying it and she'll go, I'm so sorry. If this doesn't work out, I apologize. Oh wait, I'm stuck. I didn't do this right, or let's try, it's not working this way. Let's try it a different way. But you know, she keeps it real. Keeps it real. And her home is just beautiful. She has really decorated it pretty. My craft room right now. Oh, I don't know if I want to show y'all or not, because it is a disaster right now. I've been getting all this mail and stuff in for the event, and I've been painting like crazy. So I've got boxes here. I'll turn you around. Look at all that stuff. I've got it everywhere. But that just means progress. Progress. I did sell some items locally, so I had taken stuff down. Once I've painted my items, they hang on my wall with the easy release, all those plastic white hooks. I don't know what they're called, but see where the bicycle one is? You can see the white hook where you pull the little release thing, behind it if you want to move it. It doesn't leave a spot on the wall. But that's how I store mine. Now I do have the pizza pans. Oh, let me put you over here. Got the pizza pan rack over there that I keep a lot of them. I've got 2 stacks there. But I'm getting so many things painted that my walls are getting full. But that keeps them out of the floor. Well, not right now. I've got them everywhere. Command hooks. Thank you. Yes, command hooks. But that I get the heavy duty ones. They hold, I forgot how many pounds, but so I can get even my large ones. I can get 4, 5, 6 on one hook. So it's really a good way to store your once you've got a handle on them. Now I will tell you a mistake that I made, and that's some of the hangers I just put a string across the back. Well, if you do that, then you can't hang multiples on that hook. You've just got that one with the string going across the middle of the back, and you can't put any more on it because it covers up the whole hook. So I now put the little hangers on jute so that I've got a loop up at the top so that I can do multiple ones on there. So another little tip. Y'all are just getting all kinds of tips today. The venue that we're going to have the painters event, it is literally just 5 minutes from my house. So I thought, oh, how much fun would it be to bring y'all over to my house, my little humble abode, and just let you in my craft room. And then I got to thinking, well, all the men are going to be hanging out here while all of us, my girls in my family, will be helping me with the event. And not sure my husband would appreciate 60-something women coming through the house while he's trying to either work or cook out with the boys or whatever. Guess we could just send them off somewhere and tell them, hey, we're taking over the house. My house is Not a very large house at all. It's 2-story. It's 1560. That's the square footage on our house. And we were going to put it up for sale. And I was talking to the realtor and told him it's 4-bedroom, 3-bath. He called me a liar. He pretty much told me I was lying, that there was no way you could get 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths in a 1560 square foot layout. And I said, I've lived in this house for a long time. I think I know how many bedrooms and how many bathrooms I had. And so, needless to say, we didn't go with him. And then we ended up taking it off the market because we did it right before the market just bottomed out. And decided we didn't want to move anyway. The kids were like, no. But anyway, so he came out to look at it and appraise it and everything. And he sat down at the table, my table, and he said, I owe you an apology. And I said, yes, sir, you do. Because he was kind of rude. He said, I never would have dreamed that you could get that many bedrooms and it be comfortable. And it is. It's a very comfortable layout. Raised 4 children and even extra children that weren't mine, raised them in it. We'd have church get-togethers, and I have 40-something people in my house. We've just made it work. So it's been a great house for us to raise kiddos in. This was two of my sons slept in this bedroom, and the 2 upstairs bedrooms, the extra ones, are 10 by 11. So they're not huge bedrooms, but and then my bedroom's bigger than that, our master bedroom. But anyway, it's worked. We've been very comfortable in it. We've had to double up kiddos sometimes, but we didn't mind. They didn't mind. I have literally painted this house inside. Every room I've painted at least twice. Some of them's 4 and 5 times. Used to wallpaper. Took all the wallpaper down because it all went out of style. Well, now it's back in style. Could have left my wallpaper up. All right, smooth that out just a little bit more. Okay, that's 3 that I've got base coated. And then depending on what I'm doing, if it's a sunflower, I will probably do a little stain on the back. I don't use stain. I just take one of my dark brown paints, like chocolate brown, and I will just really water it down and just wipe it on. And then just wipe it off. And it just, in fact, one of my videos is showing you how to do that. So go back through my videos. I don't remember which one. It's finishing the backs, or I don't remember what it's called. But it's in there. But the last thing, because it's almost time for, we call him Logie Bear, for Logan to get here. And so the fun begins. Between his high spirit and energy levels, and Mila the dog's energy level, it is like a circus here when they get together and they haven't seen each other for a while. It's adorable. They are just such best buds, but let me tell you, it takes energy to keep up with them. So he may even get up here and want to paint. If he does, we'll get back on live. I don't know what he's going to want to do today. But again, if you will please continue passing the word along about the event. I don't want to have to cancel it, but I still think that we can get, 20 to 25 more because we've already had so many sign up. We're almost there. So it's just, I appreciate so much you letting everybody know, putting it on your media, telling friends, however you can. I just think it'll be a fun, relaxing day and just wonderful to get together. Okay, all right, I've got a few more I'm going to try to get done real quick before he gets here, but thanks for joining me, and I'm trying to get better about hopping in and out, doing my regular Tuesday evening one, but trying to just kind of hopping in and out on here. Things are kind of settling down now with Mom, and I have more time to do that, so trying to visit with you a little more than I normally do. I honestly think about you guys all the time. When I'm not on here, I think about you so much, and I think, okay, it's been a couple of days. I'm missing the girls. So I think to be able to put faces to the names and everybody get a good hug at the event is just going to be wonderful because we will know each other, and then when we go live, we're going to, oh, I got to talk to her, and it was wonderful. I've still got some from some of the events that I've gone to that we just talk all the time and we just enjoy it so much. Okay, I got to get off of here. Grandson's coming, and I've got to get out there and get the ice cream out of the freezer. He has to have ice cream when he comes to Grammy's. All right, love you guys. Thanks.